Hello people of the internet, this is Kaiju Noir here with my review for Paranormal Activity 4. The story takes place after the events of the first two installments, where we follow a teenage girl named Alex, her brother Wyatt, and their parents who live across the street from Katie, still demon-possessed from the first two installments, and a young child named Robbie. When Robbie starts hanging out at Alex's house, Toby, the demon from the previous three movies, follows him and starts tormenting this new family for no apparent reason. In response, Alex and her boyfriend decide to set up several laptops with webcams and an Xbox Kinect to record footage 24/7 to find signs of whatever's lurking in their house. Don't even ask me where they got so many laptops or even how they can have that much memory space to record so much footage, as this has got to be one of the most laziest, most half-baked scripts I have ever seen. The story of Paranormal Activity 4 is pretty much a retread of Paranormal Activity 2, where a demon terrorizes a family and the daughter has to try and save them. Even the ending is a plain ripoff of the ending to the third installment, which happened to be my favorite in the series. Before, each installment would add something new to the mythos and becomes an integral piece to a larger puzzle. Here, the story adds nothing to the overall mythology that has surrounded this series. The only interesting thing was the ending, which was exactly, and I mean exactly, how the last movie ended. You'd think that they would have expanded on the ideas presented in the last movie, but no, they just regurgitated the same thing and hoped that audiences would be too dumb to notice. By the second half of the movie, an important revelation occurred which made no sense, created several plot holes, and led to one of the characters' disappearance altogether without any explanation. The characters themselves aren't really that interesting, or in the case of the parents, are complete morons. The only characters I thought were likable were Alex and Robbie. The writers of the previous three were really stretching for excuses as to why the characters would be carrying around cameras all the time. Here they just gave up. So we are left to wonder why Alex would be recording everything on her phone, or walk around with her laptop having the webcam on. Now I bet you're thinking to yourself, it doesn't matter if the story's not up to par, I just want to get scared. Well, I hate to break it to you, but the movie can't even do that right. Many people have complained that the Paranormal Activity series are filled with nothing but jump scares, and while I think that jump scares are a lazy way of getting a reaction out of audiences, I felt that they were used effectively in the first three movies for the most part. I especially liked how in the previous three, the initial scares would start out subtle, then gradually get more and more intense as each night passes, leading to a frightening climax. Here, the quote-unquote scares are all over the place. One day, a chandelier drops to the ground, the next day we hear rumbling without anything happening. Out of the whole movie, only 20% of the scares were genuinely terrifying. Every time a scare happens, I would go, "Ah! Oh wait, that was just a cat. Ah! Oh wait, that was just a stupid prank. Ah! Wait, was that a jump cut to a refrigerator closing loudly? WTF!" Coming out of the theater, I initially thought of giving Paranormal Activity 4 a 2 for the lead actress's performance and a few good scares. But the more I thought about this movie, the more infuriated I became. With stupid characters, an unoriginal plot, terrible pacing, and hardly any genuine scares, this movie deserves nothing more than a 1 out of 5. Seriously, avoid this movie at all costs, even for the most diehard of fans. What made this movie even more insulting was the ending credits scene. I don't know why my friend and I stayed in the theater room for so long, but what we saw had nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with the story. You wanna know how unrelated it was to the series? It's just a random guy with a camera going into a black magic shop in Mexico. At this point, I have already given up any hope I had for future installments. Now, if you want to make a good post-credit sequence, the filmmaker should have taken a page from College Humor.
Well. I hear you're a pretty scary ghost. I guess the real question is, are you ready to be scary for your country? Oh, shit!
Until next time, everybody, take care.